approximately 450 people will suffer a sudden cardiac arrest today. No one sees it coming. It can happen anywhere, anytime, to anyone. It could take an ambulance about 10 minutes to arrive, and only 5 minutes for the brain to begin to die. There is only a 12% chance of survival, unless you help. Calling all heroes. We are out to impact a leading cause of death in the United States. Sudden cardiac arrest, one of our nation's leading killers. Why? Because there's not enough people performing CPR before paramedics arrive. The minutes before an ambulance arrives can mean the difference between life and death. CPR keeps blood flowing to the brain until help arrives, increasing a victim's chance of survival. Bystander CPR can double, even triple a victim's chance of survival, but only if someone performs it. CPR could be our leading defense. This is Izzy's story.
I'm Izzy Mastel. I live in Jamestown, and I've been a resident here for 34 years. I have my wife Ellen with me, and she's the savior. It is about 8 o'clock. We were watching a movie, and Denzel Washington was taking a 747 and flying it upside down. Right then I heard a really loud noise in my ear, and I blacked out, just like a camera flash. In my mind, I thought I could come back to tell the others that I was not doing well, and I didn't get to do that.
It sounded like he was trying to say something. I stood up, turned around, grabbed him by the collar, threw him down on the couch, and screamed at Ross to call 911. So Ross went and called 911, and I started the chest compressions. And then Ross said, we need to get him on the floor. And so we threw him on the floor because it was a harder surface, and I proceeded to get the door open for the police, the first responders, and the ambulance. And then I thought, this is his heart. I want his heart to go. So I just started the CPR compressions on his chest, saying, "You're not leaving me. You're staying with me. You come back." And by then Ross had come behind me, and he said, I don't even know what he said to me, but he said, "I'll take over," or something. Anyway, I switched up places with him and let the police in and the ambulance, and was checking on my daughter to make sure her and my grandson were okay, and they proceeded to hook up the AED, and they gave him, did that little breathing machine on him and brought him to.
I ended up, all I remember then is waking up, and police were around the couch, and ambulance showed up, and they had my shirt cut off of me. They said that when they shocked me, I woke right up, and that's all I remember is after I woke up again.
I'm not sure where I heard that it wasn't so important to get the breaths in as to keep the heart going, and my goal was to keep the heart pumping at the time. What we did was, with the CPR, was just keep the blood and the oxygen flowing, because the heart was in defib, the bottom part was quivering, and there wasn't any way that CPR was going to keep that or stop that heart and start it again. But in doing the CPR, we kept the oxygen and the blood flowing to all his major organs, so that prevented, further damage to his brain, to his liver, to all his major organs.
I'm back to work. I feel great, really. It's just amazing. I've changed my lifestyle a little bit, and
there's no warning. It happens, and if you're not prepared, you know, it's a much better feeling to do what you know to do than to stand there and let them go. I mean, I can't imagine not doing anything because you're letting someone go. You know, I couldn't do it.
Why don't more people perform bystander CPR when it matters most? I'm afraid it will hurt the victim. I don't have the time or money to take a course. Hands-only CPR changes everything. It only takes minutes to learn and only has 2 steps. Call 911, push hard and fast in the center of the chest. With your help, we can make a difference. Help us in the mission of the American Heart Association to train 20 million people each year by the year 2020. Hands-only CPR needs heroes like you. Visit www.handsonlycpr.org.